Hey everybody. Okay, yesterday I just did a huge unboxing that my buddy Mark sent me from Portland, Oregon. And this has been a menu number 4, Country Captain Chicken, that I've been waiting to do for a long time. I don't know why, but for some reason I kind of like Caribbean food, and country chicken is something that I get often, along with jerk chicken. So I'm hoping this is going to be something along those lines. I know this wasn't part of the production line for very long, so obviously the troops didn't quite care for it. Well, what you gonna do? You can see right here, it's from MRE, and this is from 2001. So it will be interesting to see how they did things back then. Peelable seal, sort of. Just shows how that glue is. It will rip the bag while you're trying to open it. Check that out, no inner bag. I believe, well, obviously, MRE started double packaging their stuff when they started their APAC, I'm assuming. Country Captain Chicken, and there's some of the nutrition facts. 960 milligrams of sodium. Wow. 40% of your daily recommended allowance for sodium. This is an old school. This one was actually made in 2000. Hi, G. Schultz. This is going to be neat to use, and you can see the activation pad is completely been redesigned as of then. And this was done or made or packaged on the 343rd day of 2000. MRE spoon. Vegetable crackers. There have been a few recent uploads or videos or pictures on MREinfo.com that have shown that the vegetables in these crackers have not fared too well over the years. Peanut butter. Cocoa beverage powder. So who knows, maybe we will try to make some more Ranger pudding or frosting to go on our granola bar. Feels like there is 2 granola bars in there. Old school accessory packet. I've never quite seen one like this before. They're usually nice and small with little, what would you call them? Little up and down thingies or serrations or whatever. But there is a tear notch on this side. And what do we have for the side? Noodles in butter flavored sauce. You would think if you were having Jamaican stuff, you would get some rice. But I don't know. Alright, we'll grab our little tear notches. And that thing that I was talking about, these little serrations. Set that to the side. The Tabasco sauce, you can see it flowing nice and even. So Mark really took care of these. That is outstanding. And if you can look at the date, the 9th day of 2001. The Chiclets gum. Moist towelette. Poo-poo paper, or you can use those as napkins. Matches. We have some sugar, some salt, and we'll use a little bit of the salt in with that flameless ration heater to maybe bring that thing back to life. Some creamer, non-dairy, and the red bag Taster's Choice. This will be very interesting to see if this survived. I know that Steve 1989 opens these up, and more often than not they have some dry mold in them. Okay, right before I heat this stuff up, I did some more research. This is not like Caribbean country captain chicken or country chicken. This is more like a curry, a red curry kind of sauce. So yeah, I'm kind of bummed out about that. There's only like one other YouTube video of somebody eating this, and I know I'm kind of bad at describing tastes and all that. I'm nowhere near like G. Schultz and Emmy's descriptions, but I'm looking at this, and I know it says Ameriqual packaging in Evansville, Indiana. But yet, while I was looking at this, it's packed by Sapaco in Mullins, South Carolina. Go figure. I guess if you're one food contractor, why not spread the wealth? Okay, let me grab the heater. We'll put that in there and get it heated up. Now the heater, not only are we going to do an experiment with the salt by adding a pinch to this, because we're going to heat both the main and the side. Now Rocky Rab has been trying to get me to just place the entree on one side and the side on the other, and like place it in a Mylar bag or something to that effect, or tin foil. It doesn't matter where you get your Mylar bag or what type of Mylar bag that you use, but just keep a little hole in the top so the gas can escape. One thing that I started using is like an insulated lunch container. These seem to work very well and retain the heat incredibly. Let's try to see if we can even get this old ancient 2000 FRH to even work. Let's open these things up. Maybe. Sometimes they're easy to open, sometimes not. Have the old school. Oh, that's kind of it's sort of checked off right off the production line. I'm trying to see if I can see the writing. You can kind of sort of see it. And it's like one big chunk in here, and then the noodles in a butter flavored sauce. Come on, open! Right there. We'll give this a good knead to try to break this up. Same thing with this. Just kind of wakes everything up. Now let's grab our water for our FRH. Usually it only takes about an ounce, 1 ounce of water. It's about 25 mil. So these have these little notches on here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the iodized salt, because the salts have a way of reactivating the magnesium filings, or the metal filings in this. So we're just going to put a pinch of salt in there, not too much, and the water. Like I said, we're not putting the rations inside of this. We are going to try this experiment, and you can see it's just a little over the fill line, because it's not designed to be used without the water. fold this up real quick and we'll get this pad immersed. And we'll just give that a second or two to see if we can get any heat transfer off of this. If we do, we'll grab one of these Mylar bags and set it inside. I see a few bubbles kicking off, so let's just give this another second. Okay, starting to sizzle away. You probably won't be able to hear that, but it's got little foam bubbles kicking off. It's warm down here, but not up here yet. Oh, now it's starting to cook. Okay, it's starting to go. Another option you can use is you can just put all of it right back inside of this bag to help retain the heat from your heater. A little bit of smoke starting to rise, so we're going to place the side on one side of the heater and the main on the other, and we are going to stick them inside of a Mylar bag to hopefully retain as much heat for these rations as possible. See, they're all seated in there nice and happy. And we won't seal the bag all the way. You have to leave a little opening for the gas to escape. If not, it'll just smother this thing right out. Right, let's let that sit for a little while on a rock or something. Okay, looks like we have a full blowout activation on this thing. I can hear it sizzling. I know you guys probably can't, but sounds like things are going well. Okay, now to drink. We're just going to do coffee because we're going to make Ranger pudding out of the cocoa. Let's take a look at this first. Looks okay to me. And I haven't made leaded coffee in a while, so we'll put the creamer and the sugar in there as well. Add some scalding hot water. Boy, that's toasty. And we'll give this a stir. Okay, now the Ranger pudding again. We don't want to use a lot of water, and I use the sugar on my coffee, so I have a beyond the beaten path thing of sugar that I have from one of those British Ration packs. So we'll take that off of there real quick. Oh, it's got that lovely cocoa smell. Take our sugar. And like we've already previously discussed, if you want to put your creamer in here, you can. And if you want to put your coffee in here and make this caffeinated, you can definitely do that too. Now this is only about 25 ml of water. You do not want to just dump this in unless if you want Ranger soup. So we're just going to put this in incrementally, stir until we get the consistency that we desire. Let's put a little more. Starting to thicken up a little bit. Voila, Ranger pudding. Okay, let's check back on this real quick and see how it's doing inside. The heater is still going. These are lukewarm at best. So we're going to flip these around. The bag itself is pretty hot. The meals themselves, not so much. Okay, let's plate some of the other stuff. I got my Tabasco sauce, my little chiclets, and my moist towelette in case I need it. Still have my chunky peanut butter, which we will use with the vegetable crackers. And like I said, Housel and G. Schultz just opened. Oh, okay. Man, don't take a huge, ginormous whiff of your vegetable crackers. Kind of an oniony, sort of vinegary smell is coming out of these. Wow. Now, I know that the ones that they had a bunch of actual little vegetable flakes in here. These smell, I don't know. Now that they're out of the packaging, they don't quite smell as bad, but they still do have that slight kind of vinegary sort of smell. All right. Let's give the peanut butter a knead and hack off a little corner of this. Maybe it'll do something to make that crackers smell better. Ah, man, see? And you try not to tear off the whole entire top. Just a little corner is all you really need. Because now I got all this madness going on. And the smaller the aperture or opening you have, the easier it is to control the peanut butter or cheese or whatever you have to make spreading easier. Peanut butter still smells good. That's miraculous. Then the granola bars. Any bets? Are these? I know there's 2 in here, but are they going to be individually wrapped or inside of a commercial package? Guess we'll find out. Drum roll. Already found out. Nature Valley. Almost seems like it's criminal to repackage something that's already packaged. It doesn't seem like they're crushed. Seems like they are intact, and I'm looking for a date. If you look on there, 2000. So what are these? Oats and honey. Well, I've had these before a zillion times. Okay, the heater itself sort of worked. It's definitely nowhere near as good as what they currently have. And what they currently have is nowhere, not even close to the same class as like that Japanese, Korean, or those Chinese heaters. So at best, these are lukewarm. So let's open up this Country Captain chicken. I was really wanting this to be like a good Caribbean type blend, but from watching that other guy's stuff, he was like, oh, it's more red curry. I was like, man. When I worked in Washington, D.C., we used to go up to this place called Tropicana that had awesome country chicken and jerk chicken. And then the noodles in butter flavored sauce, buffer flavored. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling this or not. It reminds me a whole lot of chicken a la king, which I am not a la fan of. Just some biases from my Army days. And then, of course, we have the coffee. Well, let's try the Country Captain chicken. And you can see it is definitely not like the current stuff that is actually little bits of chicken. This is like a molded chicken patty kind of thing. Looks like you see some mushrooms in here. A few other things. So there we go. Let's give that a try. The curry really does carry over very nice. I'm actually kind of impressed. I'm looking for the stupid box so I can tell you what some of the ingredients are. I know I see a little pepper in here. That's the biggest problem you get. 9,000 ingredients. So, but it's a breaded chicken breast with, well, so-called rib meat, with food starch, torula yeast, onion powder, garlic powder, dehydrated lemon juice. In the breading, you have leavening, sodium bicarbonate, sodium aluminum phosphate, what the hell, onion powder, natural flavor, spice, garlic powder. Man, see, it says tomatoes, water, chicken broth, almonds, dehydrated onions, dehydrated red and green bell peppers, raisins, garlic powder, curry powder, salt, and spices. Man, can't we just simplify stuff a little bit? Okay, the buttered, flavored noodles. Now, I know this is not going to be pleasant. It reminds me too much of chicken a la king. Yeah, it just took me right back to that misery of being wet, sitting on the trail of that howitzer in the rain, having to eat an MRE that you didn't want or didn't care for because it wasn't your turn to choose first or second or third, and having to eat what was left over. Let's try a little bit of this with a little bit of the sauce. Maybe that'll help it. Yeah, the sauce will mask any flavor. Let's jam up the party with some Tabasco sauce. Which one? Which one? This one? Doesn't want to come out. Little itty tiny insignificant drips. And there's still some in there, man. I hope this stuff is good. There we go. Now it's coming. It's got that lovely Tabasco smell. Just licked my finger off. This is like ghost chili Tabasco. It's got a nice little zing to it. The stuff I got upstairs is nowhere near compared to that. Alright, let's try a little bit of everything. Tabasco, butter noodles, and the Country Captain chicken breaded patty. I don't know, the jury's still out. This is good on its own. This with this, alright, now the crackers of pain. They do have a smell leaching out of them. And I always say, trust in your smell test. If it doesn't smell good, don't try it. However, for science, it doesn't have a foul taste while you're eating it. It just has an off-putting odor. I don't know. Cleanse my palate with my coffee. Like I said, we leaded this up. This has the creamer and the sugar in it. Army coffee is one of two things. If you make it yourself, it's incredibly bitter and strong. And if you get it out of an MRE bag, it's weak. So this is a very weak cup of coffee. Now we're not going to forget the Ranger pudding, because we'll do our Nature's Valley oats and honey granola bar. I find it ironic that they actually put these inside of a ration, because this was something that we used to take out to the field with us to augment our rations when we got something we didn't want to eat. Clean that spoon off. We'll take a little bit of our Ranger pudding and dab it on our granola bar and see how that augments the taste. Yep, makes it taste better than me. And this stuff has thickened up a little bit sitting here. Still a little soupy. I put just a little too much water in there. But you need a sugar rush. This is the thing to eat. Try a little more of my coffee, chase it down with it. With that pudding. Yep. That and that would definitely keep you awake on your overnight part of your LP or your OP or your radio watch. Well, let's try the gum. It's 16-year-old gum. I guess we can afford to try chiclet. I'm betting it's just going to crumble apart in my mouth. But let's give it a try. It doesn't want to crush through. Maybe I should have just tried one briquette. It all just sort of crumbled apart, and it doesn't want to merge back into a piece of gum, which is really odd, an odd sensation in your mouth. See, it all just doesn't want to merge back together. Well, that is interesting. Well, everybody, this was a review of a 2000 menu number 4 Country Captain Chicken. Was a little disappointed that it wasn't like a Caribbean flair, more like an Indian type flavor, but I love Indian food, so this worked out great for me. This, not so much, but this was outstanding, and it was definitely worth getting this ration. So Mark, awesome dude, thanks for sending it. There's my phone, and outstanding. I will see you guys for the next review or my leftover series. Take it easy. Bye.